I'm gonna share with you. I'm gonna share with you.
You might think you know a lot about kangaroos, but you've never seen them like this.
I'm gonna share with you. Hope you don't mind. Some things I learned from my kangaroo time.
This is Kangaroo Time, and it's the winning video in this year's Dance Your PhD contest. It was put together by Brazilian-born Dr. Weliton Menário Costa, or WELI, who moved to Australia in 2017 following his love of our unique animals. His research would see him study kangaroos for more than 4 years before his passions collided.
After I finished my PhD, I started doing more creative work, making music, writing, and also dancing a lot, the Brazilian styles. And I mentioned to my friends about this competition that was very exciting. They kept reminding me over and over again, hey, Welly, when are we gonna be in a video with you? When are we gonna be in a video with you? So science and dance, they tend to be so different and separate into different boxes, right? And usually you get people from different personalities as well, as you're talking about personalities doing science versus dance. But sometimes it happens that a particular scientist might be interested in dancing. And that's a pretty good case that I lived in my life. That's basically Welly. So I've always loved music. When I was a little boy, I remember listening to the radio and listening to those beats like do, and I was like, how do they make those beats? And I had wood around me because I'm a countryside kid, and I was like smacking those woods on each other and trying to make that sound. I was like, is it how it's made? I didn't know about electronic music then, or how it could have been made just on a computer. That's where I started feeling this drive to make music, but also no one in my family was a musician. I didn't have references as well locally where I was. And most of my family actually work in the farms, and that's what many generations they've done. So I'm just giving myself this opportunity after 36 years to live the dreams of that little boy and all the dreams that I've had since always. And it's just all coming together in this one project, which I'm very excited about.
For Welly, it was important to have close friends involved in the video.
So we did it in one day. It was 6 hours filming. We had an old track starting with amazing drag queens, and then we had my friend who does Brazilian capoeira, which is the fight. So we did that for the kangaroo fight, which worked perfectly. It's just like kangaroos do capoeira for sure. And drag queens are meant to be bold. Just like a bold kangaroo. And you can see that very nicely in the video. So we start with fight and then drag queens, and then we moved into showcasing performances and personalities. So we start getting the different bailarinas and then the Indian dancers and the Brazilian funk all coming one from each other.
After years of learning about the behaviours of kangaroos, Welly turned his words into actions, literally, with a range of different dance styles.
So if you come into the video and want to learn the scientific facts, what I'm telling people are the main results of my thesis. So the first one is that kangaroos do have personality, which means they behave different from each other and consistent to themselves across time. In the video, we used dancers from different dance styles. And then when you look visually at their costumes and also their movements, you can tell clearly that they actually are different personalities. And then we move into the social dynamics and the effect of the social environment on the behaviors. A lot of this variation in the behavior, a lot of these differences you observe, they are because individuals are different, because they have different personalities. But then, as individuals keep traveling groups, and that is what kangaroos do a lot, they keep traveling from a small group to the other, they also adjust their behavior to the social environment. And you actually expect that. There's a whole field that studies behavioral changes across groups, and that's called social plasticity. So kangaroos actually do both. They do have consistency in their behavior, so they have evidence for personality, but they also adjust to each other's behavior. And when they are in groups, they prioritize the changes actually and their conformity with the behavior of the other individuals. So personality still exists, but what's more important is the influence of the group on the behavior, which is fascinating by itself. And how did we do that? We got the dancers from different styles and I gave a clear direction. Go and do as a kangaroo, which means go and adjust to the behavior or the expression of the other dancers from the other styles. And then you have that magic happening that you can only see if you actually go to the video and watch.
While the cash prize was the icing on the cake, WELI says the real reward was the opportunity to combine his passions.
The message of winning felt like winning something like Eurovision. One, because it's an international competition and it's so popular in Europe. The students, they do a very good job every year in putting an explanation for their PhD through art. It just felt wholesome, like as an individual getting that prize. It's the first prize I get as a scientist and it's doing the thing I love most, which is performing and being creative in general and being able to show that to my family as well.
WELI's message in the video extends far beyond the kangaroo species and over to human society.
After you watch the video, there is an underlying message that's probably more important than the findings as well. It's about diversity and the importance of having a diverse place to be able to connect with diverse people. You get kids looking at that achievement and they can see themselves there as well. And I think being able to do that, it's just beyond, it's just like beyond any dream I've ever had. It's the true achievement. It's about bridging worlds, it's about inclusivity, but also showcasing talent that is diverse.
I learned from my